Hello and welcome to Fuji Speedway for the first race in the Racing Rival Classics series. John Boy is on pole for the first race. These are 20-minute races. The cars are running with no electronic aids at all. There were no assists allowed, and we're on racing hard tyres. There's tyre wear, there's fuel burn. It's going to be a very tricky race. But John Boy leads us away into the first corner with Kevman already attacking him. Kevman carrying the number 1 because that's what number he wants to be. Always dress for the job you want. And right now, Kevman thoroughly hassling John Boy. We've got Tweetman out there wide as he tries to make any attack on Kevman. And there he goes up the inside. Tweetman slips in second place. Oh, and then off the track, so he just put too much into that and he's lost control. Oh, the no ABS there, catching him out on the grass. That's a hit against John Boy, which means it's Kevman in the lead. Oh, Kevman's overdone it. That's going to put the Grandpa-mobile right on his back. Recovering Tweetman in the background there, attacking Zoppo and taking 4th place from him. But right now, as we come to the end of the first lap, the story is Kevman leads, but he's under attack by myself. The straight here is very, very long and provides excellent slipstreaming opportunities, but these two side by side, it's a drag race. Cars look absolutely fabulous, of course, no downforce on these at all. The drivers relying on skill and instinct, which means that black car isn't going to be second for very long. It's going to be a lot further back very, very soon. But Kevman second into the first corner, but he's got the inside. Can he come under the inside of that black car? He's going to have a go. He's made it. He's made it on the exit of the corner. Kevman back into the lead. And now we've got John Boy in 3rd place, who's about to pounce, I think, because he'll want to take the lead of this race. He's up on that sausage, so there's no grip up there, John Boy, and that is going to allow Tweetman around the outside into 3rd place. It's also going to give Tweetman the inside for the next corner, unless John Boy cuts over. But no, Tweetman takes the defensive line into there. It's going to be a chance for John Boy on the exit. No. Oh, there's John Boy around the outside of Tweetman, and oh, Kevman in the distance there. Lost it. He lost the back end under braking, and that's put him down to last place. So let's all take a moment to have a look at this Grandpa-mobile in 1st place. It doesn't happen very often. We're not going to see it many times ever again, but there it is. Tweetman in 2nd place, all over the back of that black car, taking a much more aggressive line. Has Tweetman got enough of a toe to get into 1st place before the braking zone for that first corner? Because it's a killer if you get it wrong, and it's easy to get it wrong when you've got a slipstream. Oh no! Thank you for demonstrating that, Tweetman, who sails on. The tyres simply not giving him the grip that he wanted. So Tweetman down to last place. Kevman has somehow from last made it into 2nd, so he's going to soon be attacking that 1st place spot. Look at the cars going sideways to that corner. Just to give you some idea of how difficult these were to control. John Boy on the attack. John Boy looking for 2nd place. It looks like the Grandpa car's actually scampering away at the moment, which is highly unexpected and highly unusual. Kevman this time finding his brakes just fine. John Boy just behind him, not letting go. Tweetman's made it back into 4th place, and Zoppo bringing up the rear. Back on the main straight towards the end of this lap. We've got a bit of a slipstream train going on, but who's going to be the engine of the train at the end of this long straight? Has Tweetman learned his lesson? I think he's sizing up John Boy for a move. He's gone to the inside. No, backs out again. Oh, but this time it's John Boy who goes off for a little adventure, having touched the grass in the braking zone. Kevman now on the attack against myself, looking for 1st place. Kev looking very comfortable in this car now that you've got the braking figured out. Really throwing it around, and you can throw these cars around. Even with so little grip, they love to be thrown around, and that is Kevman into first place. And look how much distance he's got there. So confident under the braking. Fabulous. A little further down, we've got John Boy and Tweetman battling once again. We're going to see a move down here. Nope, we've got some squealing brakes. Oh, that is Tweetman off. Tweetman with dirty tyres in the next braking area isn't going to help him at all. Can John Boy get underneath just here? He's going to have a go around the outside. It's a brave move. It's not going to work, or is it? Has he done it? No, he hasn't. Okay. Meanwhile, the battle for first place rages. And that's going to slow Kevman down for his attack on this straight, which means he could get absolutely swamped here. Oh, and here's myself dropping down to fourth from second, because that's how it goes. Kevman does hold the lead, but for how long? Is Tweetman going to get the car stopped in time? He's in that slipstream once again. Has he learned his lesson? He's diving to the inside. Now, Kevman there just outbrakes everybody. That confidence coming into play nicely. And now the gaggle behind him fights amongst themselves, allowing Kevman to just scamper away. Won't be scampering for too long though. We've seen it many times on the channel before. The Kevman versus Tweetman rivalry. If you fancy a rivalry of your own, check out the Racing Rivals Discord, linked in the description of this video. But back to the action. That's Kevman and Tweetman both with dirty tyres there. I think Tweetman came off better there, and Kevman's going to have to yield to clean his tyres up and then try and come back. John Boy's there as well. He's not letting these two out of his sight. The roles are reversed this time. Tweetman leading the slipstream train, Kevman right behind him, and John Boy right behind him. So there's going to be an almighty coming together at the end of this straight. They're three wide. Is this bravery? Is it stupidity? We're going to find out in just a moment when we hit the braking zone. Who's going to come out of this pointing in the right direction? Well, Kevman holds the lead from John Boy, but John Boy's coming back at him. And we've got a little bit of rain. Remember, these cars are on slick tyres. So, sorry chaps, it is random weather. As you see there, Kevman getting very sideways. The rain's already stopped, it would seem, but it's going to make the track greasy. That's Tweetman through to the lead. He came out of absolutely nowhere. We weren't even talking about Tweetman. Kevman's not having any of that. He comes back under the inside. But that does give Tweetman the inside of the next corner. John Boy, meanwhile, probably hoping that these two are going to take each other out. We've got a little bit more rain here, so again, the grip just fading away ever so slightly. People still using the curbs though. They don't mind a little bit of damp on the curb. Very dangerous. Kevman back into first. Tweetman still with him. John Boy still with him. And the Grandpa Mobile just on the back of this fight, hoping that everybody takes each other off. Wild variety of lines into that last corner. Some for defence, some for a good run out of it, some because they've got no grip. Always great to see drivers exercising their individual flair. And here comes Tweetman to the inside. No. Kevman says I'm going to take a defensive line. Is he going to try and break the toe? He's not going to get a chance because Tweetman's coming into first place. Can he get it stopped? The anchors are on. Here we go. Tweetman gets into the lead of the race, where he likes to be, controlling the pace. Kevman very much under pressure now from John Boy. John Boy looking for opening up that inside. There's the opening. Of course, you make a move up the inside there, push it to the outside for the next corner. So, can Kevman... Oh no! Kevman loses the back end under braking, and John Boy actually bails to avoid hitting him, I think. So, great racing there, very respectful. Very, very good indeed. That has allowed Tweetman to get some space. And again, Kevman squirrely under braking. And he squirrels off. So he's down to 4th now. Is this what John Boy needs to get up behind Tweetman? Just a little bit of... Oh, well, that's what he needs to get behind Tweetman. Tweetman going off. He gets back on ahead of John Boy, but only barely. There's such a small gap there that surely John Boy's going to have Tweetman by the end of the straight. We're well over halfway. There's been no concessions, no quarters given. Everybody's giving it everything. And speaking of giving it everything, Tweetman goes defensive. He's going to take John Boy out onto that wider line. And they're both going to stop in time. Oh, Tweetman's gone straight on. Once again, the tyre's just not giving enough grip without the ABS. Tweetman comes back onto track in 3rd place, just behind Kevman, who he looks very, very eager to get past. And hardly surprising. He wants to be back up there, fighting John Boy for 1st. He doesn't want to be squabbling for 2nd. Nobody wants to be squabbling for 2nd. He's going to dive to the inside. Oh, he doesn't need to. Kevman drops there. I wonder if he got nudged from behind. I don't know. But he certainly lost the back end there under braking. So Tweetman now has a clear run to John Boy. Might have to defend a little bit from the slow old man behind him, but he should be alright. Tweetman currently showing as the fastest driver on the track. Have to stay that way if he wants to beat John Boy, because John Boy is a very rapid driver. Tweetman doing his best to hold that slipstream, but he's got to be very, very aware that he keeps dropping it at the end of the straight. So is he going to back out and just look for his move somewhere else? In the background there we've got Kevman going for a move on myself. Oh, Tweetman steps out. He goes for the move. Once again, can't get the car stopped. Didn't go too badly this time. But he's been shuffled down, he's bashing wheels there with Kevman, saying let me get in, let me get that slipstream of the 1st place car. Kevman does not want Tweetman to have that slipstream. Kevman wants to be the one fighting for the lead, but ultimately Tweetman does muscle his way through. And in fact, Kevman very, very wide through there. He drops to 4th. Oh, and back up to 3rd. Because that's how he rolls. It was all a bluff, perhaps. Almost a little bit side by side action there. It's a tough place to go side by side because the car is thrown to the outside under acceleration. We've got some squealing of tyres up ahead. John Boy's overshot that corner. Zoppo also overshot the corner. I haven't really talked about him. He's not been a fast driver, but he has been a clean driver. I think that's been his first mistake. Luckily for John Boy, it looks like Tweetman overshot as well. Of course, that does put Tweetman under pressure from Kevman, but Kevman is offline from defending against the Grandpa Mobile. So really everything status quo. Everyone who went off there got away with it. This time, oh, Tweetman very wide again. Is that going to compromise him to Kevman? Kevman definitely putting his foot down on this straight. You can see him getting closer. John Boy under no threat, but Tweetman definitely under threat by Kevman, who goes for the move. Goes for 2nd place. Can he get it stopped in time? It looks like John Boy was very tentative into that corner. And Kevman's done it. He's made it into 1st place. So a great move under braking for Kevman, who takes the lead of this race. It looks like Tweetman's got a John Boy and a Grandpa. In fact, that's the Grandpa Mobile making a double pass on that corner to go into 2nd place. I think that John Boy and Tweetman were so busy fighting with each other they didn't see this black car coming up behind them, and they just left the door wide open. What will Tweetman and John Boy do now? Will they work together or will they fight together? Time is running out. Oh, Tweetman there a mile off and gets himself reset. So that's a disaster for Tweetman with just a few minutes left. Meanwhile, John Boy has made it back up to the front two, and that's a Grandpa in the lead again. How did that happen again? Shenanigans. Oh well, let's enjoy it while we can. There we go, that's us enjoying it. Won't be for long. Behind, we've got John Boy and Kevman side by side. It looks as though John Boy's got a better run off that last corner. They're both going to be looking for the slipstream on that car in front of them. But who's going to find it? It looks as though Kevman has got the toe. John Boy lining him up as though he's going to make a move into the first corner. So look out for John Boy. This is the penultimate lap of the race. So everybody's getting a move on now. Whatever tyres they've got left they're going to use. Whatever fuel they've got left they're going to use. They are going to push. Kevman just defends that position. Tweetman, look, in the background, barely holding on. Oh, that's a big cut there by Kevman. I think the stewards will be taking a look at that later. Or will they? I don't think so. Here comes John Boy. Comes on the inside of Kevman. Once again, four-wheel sliding. But is Kev going to come back through? It's easy for me to say. Yes, he is. So I think right now everybody's being helped by the fact that the lead car is being driven by somebody who's very slow, who's got there, we don't know how. That's going to bunch everybody up together and make for a thrilling end to this race, almost as though it's intentional. And that is Tweetman once again taking a very wide excursion at that corner. Is Kevin going for the lead? Nicely done. Very clean pass. And that's now going to put myself under pressure from John Boy, who we know is a very, very fast driver and wins a lot of our races. So, although we're about to start the final lap, don't count out John Boy yet. We've got first and second, they're both going off, and that's put John Boy straight into the lead. So they both made a mistake. Looks like Kevman went off, and the Grandpa Mobile just got sucked into that racing line. That'll be the excuse we're going to stick with. But this race isn't over yet. Here's a move for second. Is it on? Oh, went into the braking zone. Not quite enough room through there, I don't think. Then it's hard on the power. Just try and control the wheel spin. And here we go for the last time in this race. Has John Boy got this all sewn up? Is Tweetman going to finish last? Is Kevman just loving getting that car sideways? I think the answer to at least that last question is yes. Tweetman has just made up a place into fourth. So Tweetman is making a recovery. John Boy there very wide. He's going to have dirty tyres for this corner. And that puts Kevman right on him. So Kevman still wants to be number one. Is he going to manage it? Well, there's not many corners left. There's only really one sector. In the background there we've got Tweetman and Grandpa side by side. Oh, John Boy is way off. John Boy is cutting the grass. He's got dirty tyres and that affects his braking. That lets Kevman through and lets myself through as well. So with the race only having a few corners left, John Boy sabotages himself by being a little bit too eager at that corner. And it looks like it's going to be Kevman for the win, but Kevman's out wide. That's the Grandpa Mobile into first. Kevman getting a better run out for the wider line, and it's going to be a drag race to the finish line, to the checkered flag. Kevman leads, but that's a Grandpa with a good strong toe. How's this going to work? It's going to be Kevman, then myself, then John Boy and Tweetman. Well, I hope you enjoyed the race, and I hope you'll stick around for more races to come. We've got more in this series and other racing series as well. I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Button Bashers, for PCs, consoles, games and accessories. Thank you to our Patreon patrons for supporting the channel in their unique way. And thank you to Discord members for taking part in these events. Until next time, be good to yourselves, be good to those around you. Bye bye for now.